Now, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about how Facebook settled a case with the Federal Trade Commission here in the U.S. for $2 billion. It looks like YouTube also just settled a case with the Federal Trade Commission to the tune of $150 million. This was one of those Friday night news dumps that they hope nobody would really pick up on, but the implications of this are pretty significant. And let's take a look at what some of those implications are. You can read about the settlement here on Bloomberg. What's important, though, is what YouTube posted on their supporter pages. And what's going to happen here is that they're going to stop serving personalized ads that are targeted to specific users for people watching YouTube who are under the age of 13. And with that, a lot of engagement is going away, including likes, dislikes, and commenting. I believe YouTube has disabled comments on kid content already, but now it is permanent. Likes and dislikes, though, that's a new thing, and there's some degree of subscription changes that are happening here as well. And this is going to impact a lot of channels that are making kid-focused content, because those targeted ads are a lot more profitable, because they could target ads to maybe my daughter watching something about her LOL surprise dolls or something. She could get an ad catered to her interests, which has a lot more value. Now the advertising has to be a lot more generalized, and they can't focus on specific users any longer. So this will undoubtedly have a financial impact to channels. The other big thing that's important for people to note is that it's going to be on not only YouTube, but the creators themselves to indicate that they are targeting this video for kids under the age of 13. And if you're doing something like a toy review, even if you're doing that toy review focused on parents, the fact that it's a toy for kids under the age of 13 is something that will probably get swept up in this. And YouTube is going to have an algorithm looking for this kind of stuff. And obviously, if you have a toy that is marketed for kids under the age of 13, it's going to get wrapped up in that whether you check the box or not. But it looks like the FTC is going to be keeping an eye on YouTube creators to make sure that they are checking the box. And if they don't, they might be liable as well in future FTC actions. And the FTC said as much in a press conference here, according to this TechCrunch article. So this has wide-reaching implications here. And I could see a lot of people's videos getting swept up in this. So for example, maybe a year or two ago, I looked at a kind of a neat little car toy that was using apps and other things. It kind of fell in with the content that I typically do here. That video could get designated as a kid video, even though the target audience wasn't directed to kids. We're seeing a lot of art channels and a lot of family blogging channels now looking to not focus on younger kids any longer. So in the case of some of these how-to and arts and crafts kind of channels, they're going to be doing things for ages 13 and up, so they're not falling under this new restriction that might limit their revenue. So I think we're going to see a large amount of kid-focused content likely leaving the platform because it may not be as profitable anymore. And this is a big change that's going to affect a lot of people's livelihoods, and a lot of content may not make it over to the YouTube Kids app until it's been really thoroughly vetted by the YouTube censors, if you will. So there's a lot of changes that are coming out of this for independent creators, not all of them good. And my concern would be down the road, if we saw increased regulation on people of all ages, what would that do to independent content creation on the platform? Very troubling for us creators, especially when you see the impact of something like this. And I do agree it's important that children's privacy is respected, but we do have to look at this as a warning sign as to what could happen if some of the actions to regulate this industry go a little too far. And that could really impact a lot of voices on the internet as a result. So we have to keep an eye on this and see what develops out of it. But in the meantime, if you are doing kids content, you need to read up on this immediately, because this will dramatically impact how you do business.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters, the Four Guys with Quarters podcast, Chris Allegretta, Tom Albrecht, Mike Talbert, Brian Parker, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to Lon.TV/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit Lon.TV/s.